He's your opening day starter. He's your guy, right? He's the veteran presence. He's the guy that gets paid. He's the one that people defer to and say he's the ace, and you didn't get that out of him. He wasn't a great day. I mean, he goes 5 1/3 yesterday, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. But Kirby came in and did what you desperately needed him. I mean, on the heels of yesterday was a disaster between, Luis not being great and then the bullpen coming in and just throwing gas all over the fire. I mean, you just went out and got your tail kicked. Mm-hmm. So today just put that much more on whoever was going to start. And it was Kirby, and you just were like, come on, man. We need you to be Kirby. We need you to be that guy today. And he was. He's allowed, and he seems like he's kind of turned the corner. He's had some bad outings this year, but he's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 6 straight starts. So that's big. We've talked about Logan Gilbert. Logan Gilbert is, in my opinion, at this point, if we're just talking about the best pitcher in this rotation, beginning of the season to right now, it's been Logan Gilbert.
Yeah, we asked Mike Blowers about that, and he said, I'm still going with the Rock just because, his presence and things like that. But if you look at numbers, yeah. I was just looking at, just curious who's pitched the most innings in Major League Baseball. Logan is second with 106 1/3. And the only one ahead of him is Seth Lugo from Kansas City. He's got 110. So, I mean, he's just been an absolute workhorse. And, what we talked about all the time is about how first of all, I think he leads the league in quality starts.
13.
Still.
Yep.
So, but just all the work that he puts in and how I don't think he had even a twinge this year. I mean, I don't.
Injury-wise, no.
Yeah, I don't remember.
He's had a couple of rough outings. I think there was one. Was it Houston or Texas? One of those teams. He got lit up. I mean, everybody's taken a turn with that. You can live with that because they've been so good. But I don't recall hearing I don't think he's had any sort of injury or fatigue or any of those concerns.
Yeah, like you said, just maybe an outing or two where it's just not Logan Gilbert. But, man, he's just been amazing. And I think the thing about it, I'm just wondering if maybe at the end of the year, some of these pitchers come to him and go, what's in that bag you got there? Because it's sure worked out for him.
Wouldn't you? If you were scuffling as a pitcher, wouldn't you be like, hey, man, what does this one do? Will this help me with my splitter? Will this help me land my breaking ball? Will this help me with my sweep or whatever? I would be, leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and look, we've talked a lot about, his how conscientious he is about, staying healthy and doing all these different things. And he's willing to try anything. And I would just think for other pitchers, not even so much trying to throw like him or, his sequencing or the grip or any of that is just, how is it that you're staying healthy, man? I mean, he's really been, I don't think even a twinge, like we said. So yeah, that's pretty, and he's your ace right now. Right?
Oh yeah,
if we're doing that, playing that game. But
well, I mean, you and people can weigh in on that, by the way, quickly at 866-979-3776, powered by Mac and Jack's Brewing Company. We did this before when guys get hot and other guys are kind of cool. Who, if you could set your 1 through 5 starters today, what would the order be?
Well, I think it would be Logan. And then Kirby, and then Castillo, probably, and then Miller. That was a rough outing for Miller. That was kind of hard to watch.
Not good.
But
it'd probably be healthy Woo.
Yeah,
if he's healthy, Woo, and then Miller.
Yeah,
is how I would go.
You would put Woo after at fourth.
Yeah. Because he was coming off that his first bad start. He had been lights out. He was the best pitcher in the rotation when he got back. Now he wasn't going deep. There was the pitch count, but just in terms of consistent one start to the next, he was outstanding. Then he had that one that he hit the speed bump, and then he comes back out and pulls the hamstring. So if we're just talking about healthy, yeah, he'd be number 4, maybe even number 3 if he hadn't had that one rocky start and he were still healthy. Yeah, that's how I would set it up right now. Look, we could have this conversation a month from now, and we could be going, well, boy, Miller, the way he's pitching right now, he'd be your 1. Or Castillo would be back in that spot. I don't know. Castillo, to me, he had that stretch where he had the 2 runs or less, and he was giving you quality starts. I haven't seen him be the ace. I haven't seen him go out there and just shut down the opposition, regardless of the team, whether it's a great team or a bad team, whether it's got a stacked lineup or it's got just a couple of pesky guys in there. There are times you need him to be that guy, and you desperately needed it in his most recent start. I mean, again, 5 1/3, gives up 4 runs. He walks 4. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah, and also how I feel about George Kirby, too. I mean, I know that he's had some prickly moments, and, there's been times where people thought, like, his body language was bad and things like that maybe some of the stuff that was going on behind him was affecting him a little bit too much. But, watching him today, I mean, he is just... I feel like never count him out. I feel like by the end of the year, or maybe in like even a month from now or 2 months from now, that we might play this little game and he's your starter, because you hear him talking about he was changing the grip. It had something to do with his curveball in the postgame show. And, he's one of those guys that just every time you hear from him, it seems like he's tinkering with something. Remember there was the half-inch or inch move
on the rubber,
and which I still think that he was maybe messing with people. Just saying, let me see if I can get all these people to believe me that you really think me moving 1 inch over on the rubber, you really think that's something? But
I think it is.
These pitchers, man, you look at, all the different adjustments that they make and how they hold the ball and all that. It's, it's very, very likely that was a big move for him.
Yeah, I mean, he goes 6. He didn't go as deep as you'd want. 87 pitches. He had that one. What inning was it? I think he threw 30 pitches in one inning. He had a big inning today that kind of messed with the pitch count. But ultimately, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, no walks, of course, 7 strikeouts. So he did his job, and then both came in. He was great. Stanek came in, got it done. Munoz struggled, as we talked about, and then your guy Trent Thornton came in, and
why is he my guy?
Because you like him because he's psycho. And then when he comes out of the bullpen, they play Lunatic Fringe. That's all.